The author badge in places now.
On what?
Facebook.
You got your thing verified or something?
No, but they give me top contributor points.
So okay, we back on here.
Okay.
We're gonna try not to do mic touches this time.
Okay.
The problem is, people, we record about 20, 30 minutes and I look over and I wasn't recording.
One day it was like an hour.
Nah, one day that was a fire conversation. It was outside. You could hear the birds in the background. It was like total zen. And we just, well, I mean, we had the good conversation, but that's what we do. That's why we want to do the podcast.
Because we said some of the stuff we talk about and the way we talk about it is magic. And if we could just capture that and let somebody else feel that, man.
I feel it now. This is another episode of Berry Unleashed with your boy Phil and also your girl
Crystal.
How's it going?
This is good. Man, I'm over here trying not to touch this mic.
She can't help herself. Just pull your head to it.
Try to put my head without putting my hand. Yeah, I'm working on this. I'm new to this.
You keep moving. You should have just moved it to the position where you was, where you want to be at. I mean, this is, like I said, this is our experiment. We're just doing what we do. And we're going to continue to do it.
It's been good. It's been a learning experience.
Oh, for sure. It's been a very interesting year. It's just like 2023 came in. We like on one end,
all of the emotions.
On one end, we realized that we got to be careful and stray away from people's audacity. Also, on the other end, focus on abundance and going all in on us.
Yeah.
And what we want to do, because we're not.
Yeah. And I've had a very rough year too with my mom and everything. So like I said, it's been all of the emotions. Just trying to stay focused and, get back into go mode after losing my mom. That was tough, but it's just been, it's been going.
Sure has.
And I'm thankful for my husband and for all the prayers and everything.
Always. I'm always here for you.
Yeah. So one day at a time, but we're just moving forward. So we're all in, even with life happening, because life is always going to happen. We're just learning how to just stay consistent and to keep moving forward regardless of what's going on around us.
Oh, most definitely. Like, man, we watch each other's backs,
Yeah. But I'm getting ready to, this time next week, I will be in New York City.
Ooh, how excited are you?
Whew, I can't even, I guess, explain how excited I am. I'm very excited and very nervous. So I've been wanting to go there pretty much all my life. And yeah, I'm about to step foot up in there.
I'm like, so what for eating, man? We pause it for a moment and Crystal hit us with the bars.
You have to be careful what you tell yourself.
For those of you, I'm sorry, who don't know what we're talking about, we just always think about some mindset conversation. And the one was self-compassion. I was saying, I think that's the hardest one, because you really should be treating yourself the best, better than you treat anybody else. Because how can you treat someone else good if you don't treat yourself good?
You can be your own worst critic sometimes. And sometimes you talk bad to yourself and you used to telling yourself negative things. And sometimes taking on that voice wasn't even your voice to begin with. It was a voice that came because of what people told you, your background, your mom, dad. You can't do that. Who do you think you are? I'm sure everybody has had that voice come from somewhere. And then, when those voices stop from the outside, some type of way we internalize it and we talk to ourselves any type of way, and we don't even realize it, that we didn't took that voice on without we didn't give that voice permission without even realizing it. And that's why I say you have to be so careful what you say to yourself. If you're saying negative things to yourself, mean things, doubting yourself, questioning yourself, beating yourself up, kicking yourself down, you're hurting yourself.
True.
You got to be careful what you say to yourself. Just like when you're around children and like you try not to curse, that, they might hear us every now and then. But just how we're cautious around them with what we say, certain things, that's how you have to be with yourself. You have to be careful what you say to yourself. Someone's listening and it's you.
Speaking about You was on a roll though. I felt you. And speaking of listening, I overheard Kayla tell Bella, "You pissing me off."
So see, they done heard us somewhere, you know.
I don't think so, at least.
No, the word.
Oh yeah, I've said the word. Yeah, I'm not trying to expose us.
Yeah, you can erase all that. I don't know, you know what you're talking
I'm not erasing nothing.
Y'all hear you.
It's like it's the hood parents raising suburban kids, so we try to be extra gentle to these kids, and somehow Kayla, just regardless of how gentle you can try to be to her, she is.
That's my little baby. That's my baby girl right there, y'all.
Man, it's like that girl is a free spirit.
She reminds me of myself when I was younger. Yeah, I wasn't the challenge part, I don't think. There might be some people out there around there that might beg to differ.
No, yeah, he was a challenge. That's what that was. Kayla likes the challenge. You was a challenge. With all due respect.
Yes, I know love lost, baby. Never that.
What do you think the role of gratitude is? Discuss the benefits of gratitude and how to cultivate a gratitude mindset. You gotta show gratitude to yourself too.
Well, my thing is, when I'm thinking about gratitude, first of all, I'm looking at all the things that I have to be thankful for. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the positive. I'm looking for the positives, even in unfortunate situations, because sometimes people want to wait to be grateful when they have something. But, we've been learning about being appreciative and grateful in the now. And so that's why I say, to me, gratitude is being thankful in this moment, is cultivating the habit of looking at all the things around me that's going right. Yeah. That I have to be thankful for, and not the other way around, And then the more that you find to be thankful for, the more that you'll get in your life to be thankful for. Yeah. Because you're looking for these things, you're realizing it, and so you can't help but to attract those things with that gratitude.
And speaking of that, sometimes you have to search and search and search, on the bad times for something that you're thankful for.
And I call it the anchor. I always figure the one thing, like we said, my child is my anchor. Whatever that thing is, hold on to that, even when you can't see anything else. Stay like in a dark tunnel. If it's someone that deals with depression, I'm a person that has dealt really heavily with depression, just putting it out there, being honest. And so when I'm going into those dark places, the hardest thing for me to do is to be grateful, because I'm hanging on to all the negative feelings and all the things that's going wrong. And it's like a tunnel, like taking me down that road. Yeah. And so gratefulness is my anchor. I find something to be thankful for, like my children, like you said. I think about, I'm so thankful for my family, my husband, for just having a roof over our head, for just being alive. I look for all those things that I have that are going right, that I can be thankful for, and not the other way around. Because if I look the other way around, guess what? I can give you a million things. Who can't? But those are not the things that I want to give power in my life. Exactly. I want to stay grateful.
You just might need that little bit to get you through the day.
For me, it's anything as simple as a hug. Like, Kayla, can mama have a hug? Or something like that.
She's a great hugger.
She always gives hugs. Or something like, Bella, can I have a hug? Or, something like that. It's not, I'm sad, I'm finna put it on you. It's like, I'm looking at your face, and looking at your face is giving me a reason to be grateful, thankful. You depend on me. You are just a blessing in my life. And just, right there, that's a grateful moment. And that can help bring you back. Well, it helps to bring me back.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. And that goes into how positive thinking can shape our reality too, sometimes it's hard to be positive if you're not having positive, stuff happening to you.
I'm gonna go to one of my favorite things to do that helps me, and that is to be quiet, take a moment and just meditate. Like you said, to be grateful, meditate, just like try to shut everything out and just have a quiet moment and dig within yourself to find out what there is to be thankful for. And if you can't find it there, then I'm gonna need you to think about what you want to be thankful for. And then that way you can pull out affirmations.
Yeah.
Write those affirmations down, even though you don't feel it, even though you don't see it, those are some things that you want. So you start visualizing in this meditative state what you want. You start getting that vision of what you want, to be grateful for.
Yeah.
What do you want in your life? What are you trying to do? Who do you want to be? Who are you? Then start affirming those things. Positive, no negative. No, I know that's a double negative, but no negatives around positives, even though you don't feel it. That's the key. Positives, affirm it. Write those affirmations down. Every one of them. Nothing is too big. Write them down.
And another thing is, it's also like different thing. Even if you're not feeling it, instead of, let's say something bad happened, and instead of you being like, it's only right that happened to me, that's how it always happened. Be like, hey, it could have been worse, because that's even though that's not, it's kind of like more of a gray area of positivity. It's still not saying, oh, this should have happened to me. It's only right that it happened to me. That's like one of the worst things is like you putting a spell on yourself. That's what it sounds like.
It is. And also mindset. I've found it very powerful in my life to put on positive mindset things at night or in the daytime when I can't think of anything positive or when I don't feel positive myself at all. I have to put that on my ear, read the scriptures, listen to the positive mindset, listen to some praise music, some worship music, something that brings you back and makes you feel better, soothes your spirit. Might not make you happy, but it soothes your spirit, gives you peace. Put that on and that will help keep you grounded if you open yourself up and really give it a chance.
Yeah. Or like music. I love music. Mm-hmm. That's what music is do it, man.
It'll soothe you. It'll soothe,
It might take about 10, 15 songs to get you in, but before you know it, you like, okay, I'm cool.
Yeah. But no.
When it comes to meditating, I think it's getting harder and harder the more like you watching the news in this world, and it's just the anxiety. I see why anxiety, like me, I've always had anxiety, like that's just been my thing. But now to the point where I can see anxiety in everybody, I'm like, this is the world. The world that I hated, growing up in, because, my anxiety is now everybody's anxiety. And as I see myself climbing out of that, I'm able to see now, like, oh, what was it really about, And of course, you still get pulled into that world because it's an everyday process trying to grow out of it. But I know how to label things now, and that labeling, I think saved my life. Shoot.
Wow. So it helps you to know what you're feeling or to pinpoint things.
Me, I always had a method about stuff. If I'm going to the grocery store, I'm at the grocery store at 6 a.m. when they open the doors, and stuff like that. And now I'm just like, whatever, I'll go midday.
Yeah, that's very different for you.
Yeah, like whatever.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what happened. Like I started changing into you. I like to sleep in now. So, well, I did. I haven't slept in a minute, but I started sleeping in. Like,
change it into me, huh?
And sleeping in like 10 might as well be 3 p.m. Now I'm getting up I got up at 4 something today, but it's just we got a lot on the mind, a lot of stuff, a lot of new ideals. Man, the new ideals is just so crazy. Man, just stay tuned. Crystal Shares, DJ Phillips Gardening, Crystal Berry Farms, who knows? Crystal Robotics, who knows what's gonna be in the future? It's just so much. The world is actually, I'm taking over.
No, I'm listening to you.
Yep. The world is actually, I was telling Crystal the other day, like, oh, we are in my world now. And it's like, we are in my world, not like the world revolves around me, but
The robotics, electronics, computers, virtual, AI, all of that.
All of that, and it's not just that though. It's just the way things are. I guess I don't know if that's my enlightenment, but it's just like the things my Lord.
I didn't hit no mic. I put my cup down.
Oh, I'm about to say.
Oh my!
You slammed that cup.
No, I didn't. I put it down lightly.
Well, yeah, it's interesting times. Not scary, interesting.
Change is inevitable.
It is, man. You just gotta embrace it.
They say that our bodies are totally different every 5 years, like the cells regenerate. All the cells just are continually regenerating over the years.
Oh, you cracking me up. What was that little sound? Is your phone?
I don't even know how my phone is. Volume is off.
Maybe say you somebody else every 5 years. Nah, I know what you meant though. Oh, you was funny.
Y'all see?
That's funny. But yeah, it's like, I mean, of course, people are changing for something different. You gotta learn something new. And when did learning become uncool?
I don't know. That's a good question. You know me. All I want to do is learn.
It's just I didn't care for the learning because I didn't want to learn what was being taught, which I just never thought dawned on me like, hey man, you can go learn anything you want. Anyway, especially now, man. I couldn't imagine being freaking 9th grade right now in this world. We watch, like the Animal Planet, and like, God dang, we know different. We supposed to be better than the animals. They do the same thing. Well, we seen the monkey, the king, the top monkey dude went and stole the other monkey's girl, and then ostracized him out the clan or whatever. But old boy always stayed on the outskirts. Like he'll swoop in and save her when there's some trouble, but he stayed on the outskirts. And to that day, he fought the top dude, right? Dude messed around with the king's girl. So the king's girl, then that's when he got kicked out of the group. Then the king's girl got ate by a alligator, and then the side dude took care of the king's child. The king didn't want nothing to do with the child no more, so he took care of the child. And then the girl that liked the side dude, the king took her. And then, man, it was crazy. They ended up fighting, and the side dude ended up winning, and he ended up being the top dude. Then it's crazy. Then they had the other girl came in to try to, you remember when he finally became the side dude, became the king, and then there was another side chick try to come and take. I'm like, man, these is human stuff. Like we not no better than the monkeys. Not saying that in a racial kind of way. I'm saying as far as primates, saying you know who's better than us? The elephants.
Oh man, elephants are so loyal.
It's crazy.
They're smart too.
Oh, intelligent.
Man, they remember like their whole life.
But
I'm talking about the Animal Planet, John.
Man, I'm telling you, you get tired of this American TV. Let me watch some animals. What they doing? What they life like? Oh, the same drama? Dang. Dang, but honestly, we got a lot of stuff we just left on hold. We ain't watched.
Yeah, because we haven't been watching much TV.
We're doing a lot of outside.
Yeah, the backyard is everything, especially since I planted my memorial garden.
Oh, yeah.
Been out there gardening. My husband got me out there gardening.
And they're full. Man, rain and wind came in and got all my stuff laid down. Outside looking beautiful right now.
My auntie told me, you must have a green thumb. I said, that's what Phil said. She said, well, Janie, my grandma, she had a green thumb. And I did not know. My grandmother grew watermelons, cucumbers, okra, everything, So, yeah, my grandma was a for real gardener.
I forgot to tell you, our watermelon out there getting big, hydroponic watermelon.
Oh, that makes me excited.
That's why Crystal Berry Farms is going to work, man. It's the hydroponic, do something different. Plant some stuff. Plant your permaculture if you're going to do that. No till. That's my opinion. You can till whatever with your land, but I'm just saying, as far as the regenerative agriculture.
That's what our thing is. So, hey.
to have some sustainability would be crazy. You know, it would be crazy important. Like, why not? I know we in America, we feel like we're going to always have abundance, which we probably will. The money shows you how the country doing. All that talking, they talk about this and that. And they don't really, they don't mean nothing. That's just agenda stuff. But you follow the money.
People gonna be bored. They're gonna be like,
we gonna get the financial news nerds. Oh yeah. I don't know if I can keep up that type of news, man. I don't be that interested.
Nah. I much rather watch the charts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, you really trying to? Oh yeah, but you'll talk about some charts all day. We'll be a financial podcast doing with Crystal.
Man, I like charts. I will watch them for hours.
She not lying, but it's crazy when the charts start make sense and then
looks more familiar. You recognize stuff. You recognize moves and stuff like that.
That's really what it is. Once you just stay consistent.
You gotta study. Whatever you do, what Ian said, stay consistent. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do, study the top 2 people and read the top 50 books. Yeah, you study the top 2, like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, people like that. I know y'all, we done got a little financial, but we financial nerds too. Kobe said that Rudy was his role model, and that was the heart, even though he already had the skill. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's all. Let me tell you about this woman, Rudy. She haven't seen Rudy before.
I gonna bust me out. I don't watch TV like that.
She understands. I mean, it made sense what he said because it's true, but she haven't watched Rudy.
The dude, he came to ORU. To Oral Roberts University when I was a student there. I didn't go to it, and it was people that were so excited, and I had no idea why, y'all. No shade, but I don't even watch TV like that.
Even if you're not a sports person like that, it's about sports, but it ain't at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's about what's that? Resilience and
resilience.
Persistence.
Yeah, and heart, will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's the moment you give up, that's when it becomes a failure. Not when you stop. It's when you fully give up, say, I'm never doing that again.
That makes sense. That makes all the sense. And it's like you never know what it takes to make it if you give up the first time. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to go perfectly the first time or the second time or the third time.
It might be 10 times to go terribly wrong.
You see these Olympic level athletes, they train for years and years. They have injuries and they still have to train. And if they sit one summer out, you will be able to tell when they go and hit that pavement or whatever sport they're doing.
Even the ones that make the final cut, someone has to come in last. Yes. And they're all Olympic level athletes.
And it's not one time, one and done. They have to train continuously. We saw the American U.S. Olympic volleyball team get beat on. Oh my God.
Volleyball? That was football.
Oh, football. My bad, y'all.
No, it was the American versus the Mexican League.
Yeah, it was a flag.
Man, they was killing.
They tore them up. But look, let me tell y'all what they said. They said that the Mexican League, that the Mexico League, that they get together every month, even though they live different places. They get together, they practice together, they eat together. They get together throughout and practice and get ready. Like the American ones, they come together right when it's time, and so you could tell the difference, the cohesion that they've been practicing and preparing for it, and it showed.
Like, they played like they was friendship, like they were the buddies, and that a lot of times
they fed off each other. You can't wait till right before the game and come in, and you don't even know how the other people that's with you play. You can't get by with you playing against a team that's gonna work together and been preparing.
I be thinking I watch a lot of NCAA football, and it'd be like this little school nobody respect come in and rump one of these 1A teams just because they was you gotta be focused on the task at hand. Or them kids on a small school, they like, oh, we playing this school. This school is big and bad. We got to focus on everything about this school. So
the underdog be thirsty sometimes. They come up and they go all in.
Like I get it. Like when people have your 10-year goal and your 5-year goal, you need to have a goal for tomorrow. Your tomorrow is going to help you with that 5-year. You shouldn't even be worried about. You place your 5-year goals and then every day do what it takes. Focus too much on that, 5 years being passed and you did the first day. I don't know how you got me on this philosophical.
You always on some philosophical.
I try not to, I try to keep it to myself. I get lost out there sometimes in the thoughts. Especially when I try to, a lot of times people think I'll be preaching to them. I'm really doing it to me. It's really giving myself a thought that I had about me, something that I'm not doing. I need to start doing so, and I just put it out there on social media sometimes.
But no, hey, I tell y'all what, I miss meat sometimes. I just choose not to eat meat because that's what I have to do for my own health.
You just broke in. You just broke in the veganism just out of nowhere.
Didn't you say you don't judge people that eat meat?
I said nothing about no meat. So we was talking about the mindset and the philosophy.
Y'all see?
Heck, I don't even want to be telling people I don't eat meat because I want people to be like, nigga, you eating some meat.
No, the vegans, what they call them, I don't want to say the name. But there are people that eat no meat and no dairy. That don't mean that you automatically gonna be little.
We plant-based more so because let me tell you, these damn vegans, man,
they be on some different stuff. It don't even just be about food.
That's why I don't even tell people. I be like, I'm plant-based because I got too much of my own stuff to worry about. Then I worry about what somebody eats.
Oh no, I ain't worry about nobody eating. Now if somebody come to me and talk about it or ask me, that's questions. But whatever, I mind my own, business that pays for.
Just tell you right now, it's rough out here. It's not easy out here. You're going to end up cooking like 98% of your meals. Unless you live in like Atlanta, and then you're really going to be a fat vegan. Cause I'll be fun. Oakland, I'll be watching y'all Oakland. Man, I be almost want to move to Oakland based off that soul food vegan. But yeah.
There'll be a whole lot of them on there. Especially California, Atlanta, Texas, even Texas, some places.
Yeah. A lot more than we love the cow and the pig in Oklahoma, boy.
Bologna. Oh, I got introduced to barbecue bologna when I moved to Oklahoma. That's all they talked about. I'm like, barbecue bologna, what's that?
It sound wild.
And then when I used to work at a corporate office, when we have our food days, that's what they would bring in, a big old thing of barbecue bologna. That would be like the main middle dish or whatever the main dish.
It sounds worse than what she making up. I mean,
look, from the outside looking in, not knowing, not being exposed to it before, it's like something to learn. It's like a learning curve. Like, oh, let me tell me a little more. Let me understand about this barbecue bologna.
Hindsight, that's a wild thing.
The other thing, the other thing that you all have going on here that I had never seen before was I was introduced to people riding horses down the street. I was like, is that a mama and a daddy and a baby with a diaper on the horse riding, down the street? I was like, oh, and I called home, I called, Mama, look, I didn't see people on the horses and the baby with a diaper on the street, I'm like, oh, I'm used to it now.
We was a fairly small neighborhood until they had a build-on addition, the new houses. But right next to us is like a cow farm. There's cow farms like on 3 sides of us.
Yeah, we are out there, y'all.
Like occasionally you'll see the cows outside the gate, which I don't know if these cows are jumping over these gates or what, but
I saw the truck pulled over one day trying to get the cow back in there. I was like, oh man, that thing looked big.
To still be having horses and farms like within city limits is kind of wild.
Yeah, to see people riding on the horses with no saddle and just riding on there was interesting to me. It's very different. Then they try to put us on the map with the Tiger King. I was like, oh my God, that's what people think of Oklahoma now.
That got us sounding like we Florida or something.
Oh, like with the tigers running wild and all kinds of interesting things.
And let me tell you right now, nobody I knew anything about no tigers in Oklahoma. That's something. Well, you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. I don't think the backwoods people would even consider themselves backwoods. So. Anyways,
Some people be out looking for stuff to get into, to be honest. Anywhere, any side of town, any part of town, any city, whatever.
People be looking for a reason. They, especially once you start, like with the whole mindset thing, you start thinking about stuff differently.
And people think you better or something like that. You're like, no, I really am not focusing on that. That's not even in my purview. Yeah. I don't see that. That's not even, I can't stay there.
But you can't be mad at them if they don't get it yet. Because at one point, I'm just now getting it within the last 3 years, or understanding a different thing, a different way to move. That's what I say. Tired of doing the same thing over and over again. Like, you know what? Let's just try something different. What about this? There's no rules to say. There's society rules, that unwritten rules that people look at you funny because you do it differently. But they don't understand. That's why they look at you funny. If majority of people are saying do this, right? But the majority of people are struggling, why the heck are we doing what the majority of people say doing?
Exactly.
And that's what part of the
They ain't figured it out.
That's the part that messed me up in the head, because I'm just like, the answer is so easy. Try something else.
Yeah.
Not saying you can't go be a systems man and be the man in the system, because you can. A whole bunch of people are. I'm just saying, if the way you working in the system ain't working, try another approach. That's all I'm saying. Just try a different approach. What's it gonna harm? Like, what's 5 years? Especially me, as I'm 41. Like 5 years is like, we was just 36.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So when COVID hit, good at that point we was like, okay, we're about to try something else. It's gonna seem extreme to many.
Yeah.
But man, I can't. No takebacks right now. Stuff is looking good. Stuff is starting to make more and more sense. And more, when things that once seemed impossible, theories or stuff like this seemed impossible. Like, dang. That's the crazy part. That's the power of it all.
Yeah.
It's not hidden. It's like hidden in plain sight. Yeah. Like all these years we say, they keep the information from us. I ain't never seen nobody keep anybody from going into the library,
Right. Even every time I ban books, they say ban books, but then you can still purchase the books if you want to.
So, what is that about? Like,
it's all for an agenda, I think, for, just to get the people all riled up.
People talk about books, like, dude. So I just don't, it's the majoring on the minor for me.
Yeah, that's why I just try not to get involved with those type of things anymore. And people might feel like, oh, you trying to be out of touch. No, I'm not trying to be out of touch. It's just, I have to preserve my energy and preserve my peace to things that are important to me.
And trying to change, if it's somebody out there doing some lifestyle that I don't agree with, why am I wasting time trying to force them from doing something that they want to do? Like, that's beating their horse.
That's not my business.
Shoot, I can't even get people to do stuff that's beneficial. How do you think I'm gonna get somebody to do something that they don't want to do? Like, come on, man. You gotta, first of all, I don't know if that's ego. We think we can change people with our opinions because our opinions are what we assume is right or wrong. That's ego. You have a conversation with that person. Try to understand what they're going through, and they'll try to understand what you're going through.
Exactly.
That's really what the communication is about. You have conversations, then maybe you wouldn't get all these people off. This, that, but I won't go into all that.
Yeah.
Man, she be getting me fired up.
And I don't even know how, y'all.
I don't know what she said, but it got me thinking like, man, people wild out here. Sorry about the rudeness, but I choke on this